So today we are going to see the monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. This is all related to the genetics chapter, or you may say the inheritance chapter. So we are going to see these types of cross with reference to the pea plant. Reference to the pea plant that was used by Mendel for his researches. Okay, the scientific name of pea plant is Pisum sativum. Okay, I hope you all know this name. Once I am writing here, Pisum sativum. Okay, this is the scientific name of pea. Basically, the garden pea is known as. Okay, now this monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross are mainly done to see that what can be the characteristics of other plants if two or more plants are being crossed. Now the question comes, crossing, we have heard it is a common word that it is the, you may say, the combination of two or more characteristics. But what is this monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross? We are going to see it. Monohybrid cross is the study of inheritance of a single pair of alleles. The inheritance of single pair of alleles. And dihybrid cross is the study of the inheritance of two different alleles. Okay, here only one single pair is used, here two different alleles are used. So here single pair, here two different alleles. Okay, now next we are going to see the phenotype and genotype. What does these terms refer to? Phenotype means it means characteristics or the characters or traits visible from outside. So you can say it as the outer look. So phenotype can be told in the local language or in the simple language as the outer look. Next we are having genotype. It is the internal genetic traits. The internal genetic traits is known as this genotype. Okay, now you are going to see what are these terms: dominant and recessive. What does this term mean? Dominant mainly means the characteristics which are expressive. So I have written here expressive traits, and recessive means the suppressive traits. So dominant characters can be seen, and these recessive characters get you may say suppressed. Okay, so now we are going to see the 7 pairs of contrasting pairs. Okay, other contrasting trait pairs in pea plant. So we'll see the dominant trait, we will see the recessive trait. Now let's see them. First of all, we are having the shape of seeds. What should be the shape of seed? The first we are having the shape of seed. So dominant it is round, for recessive it is wrinkled. Now color of seeds, yellow is the dominant one, green is the recessive one. Third one is the color of pods, so green is the dominant one and yellow is the recessive one. Fourth, we are having the shape of pods, so full and flattened is the dominant trait and flat and constricted is the recessive trait. The fifth, we are having the plant height, so tall is the dominant one and recessive the short. Sixth, we are having the position of flowers, So at the lip junctions, or at the, you may say, the axillary bud positions, that is the dominant trait, and recessive trait is as the tip at the terminal positions. And last we are having the flower color. So purple color of flower is the dominant trait and white color is the recessive one. Now monohybrid cross. So there we have taken only one trait. So here I have taken the color of pod. So we have seen here the color for the color of pod. So green is the dominant one and recessive one is the yellow. Yeah. So same thing I have taken here. So this is a green pod, this is a yellow pod. So here we are having two pods. This is the green pod, this is the yellow pod. So if I am representing this green pod as capital G and the yellow pod as small g, so when they are being crossed, so we are getting the GG, that is capital G small g, but the color of the pod will be green. Okay, because the dominant character is always there. Dominant character always is same. Okay, now when this G and G, that is when this type of plants, okay, better to say that this type of more plants are being crossed, so it will give, when it is done the first time, it will give the F1 generation. Now when this type of a combination of treated plants will be crossed again, see here, this plant is also, that is the, you may say this is the male plant, this is the male plant, so it is having also capital G small g trait, and this is a female plant, it is also having the capital G small g trait. Now when they are being crossed, we will get the monohybrid cross that I am going to show you. We will get the F2 generation. Okay, we will get the F2 generation. We'll see it. See here. Now, as I have taken that one as the example, so I will be showing you that how you are going to get. So let me write here capital G small g. Okay, I am taking this one as the female part, this one, and male part is this side. Okay, so this is the G, this is the small g again. Okay, so the female traits are being, the female flower traits are seen this side and the male part is on this side. Okay, I'm not rubbing this portion, or this will create a mess. Any side you can take, but this is the traits that are present in each of the plant. We are having capital G and small g traits, alleles are there. Okay, capital G is for the green pod, small g is for the yellow pod. So for this first box, what we are getting, we will be getting capital G. Okay, for the second box we will be getting capital G small g. Fine. For the third box again capital G small g. For the fourth box we will get both small g. We have got this one. Okay, just we are doing like this, with this, like this. Okay, then just understand, in this box which present G and G, capital G is present, so capital G, here small g and capital G, so capital G small g. So this is how we have done. This is this doing this one in this type of square is known as the Punnet square. What it is called? The Punnet square. Okay, the Punnet square. Okay. Now they're asking you the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means the outer look, genotypic ratio means the genetic look or the internal look. Now if we come here, you can see In all these three cases, we'll be getting green pots, and only for this case we'll be getting yellow pot. Okay, now phenotypic ratio means the outer look. So here we are getting 3 and here it is 1. So the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. The phenotypic ratio is 3:1. 3:1. And the genotypic ratio. Now for the genotypic ratio, again we will go back. Genotypic ratio means the internal structure. I have told you the genetic material. So what is the genetic material? You can just say that here we are having one capital G, one capital G small g, another one capital G small g, and one small g small g. You can say this one. So what should be the ratio? Here is G, here 1, here 1, and here again. So the ratio would be, so what should be the ratio? So capital G, 1 capital G, 2 capital G, 2 capital G small g, and 1 small g small g. We have it written. Now I am rubbing this one. Now what should be the genetic or the genotypic ratio then? It should be here, please. It should be 1:2:1. So genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1. So phenotypic ratio 3:1, genotypic ratio 1:2:1. Now we will go to the dihybrid cross. In the dihybrid cross, we will be taking two traits. Okay, so we have taken here that the shape as well as the color of the seeds. Okay, color of the seeds. So as we have seen there, so round shape and yellow color is the dominant one. So one plant is here, one plant is already here, another one is having all the recessive character, that is it is green as well as wrinkled. When they are being crossed, you are getting capital R smaller, capital Y small y, but it will be yellow colored, see, but it will be yellow colored. So this will be giving us the F1 generation. When the plants of this F1 generations are again crossed, they will be giving us the dihybrid cross and the F2 generation. Okay, so here as I'm taking that one as the example, that capital R, that is the round and yellow, and here we are taking the round and yellow, and here we are taking the green and wrinkled one. So we'll be writing here the same thing we'll be writing here. Okay, let me write here. So capital R, capital Y, capital R small y, small r capital Y, small r small y. Again the same thing will be repeating here. Capital R, capital Y, capital R small y, small r capital Y, small r smaller, small y. Okay, again here this side is the male, this side is the female. You can take any of the things, we have just taken this one. Okay, now if we do the Punnet square, so what are we going to get? Capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. Oh, sorry, I'm very sorry. Capital Y, again capital Y. Here capital R. Okay, let me write it from the beginning so it will be less confusing for you all. Write it from the beginning. So here capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Here we will be writing capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Now if we continue, so we'll be getting this as our results. So this is our result. Okay, now one more thing I would like to say, whenever, please listen very carefully, whenever there is the capital R and capital Y in any of the boxes, if you get to see capital R and capital Y, so it will be giving you round and yellow. If any of the boxes is having means capital R and both small y, so it will be giving you green and round. If it is both smaller and then capital Y, both capital Y, so you will be getting the wrinkled and yellow colored. And if all the things are recessive one, that is both the R's are in small and both the Y's are also in small, so it will be green and wrinkled. Okay, you would understand this one if you see the next slide. Oh sorry, if you see the next slide, please have a look. See, this is the full result, which is showing the diagrammatic view of this dihybrid cross. It is showing the diagrammatic view of the dihybrid cross. Okay, now another question comes that here we are having 16, so total 4 into 4 we are having 16 boxes. Okay, now out of the 16, how many are round and yellow, how many are round and green, how many are wrinkled and yellow, and how many are wrinkled and green? We'll find out by just counting it. Okay, so like this, you need not to do in diagram in the exam, you need not to draw this all, just from here you need to get. Okay, from here you need to get the whole idea. Okay, okay, here. Okay, now have a look. Now round and yellow, first we are going to find the round and yellow one. Round and yellow, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 9 round and yellow, 9 round and yellow. Okay, now we'll be finding the round and green. Now it's time for round and green. Round and green, 1 2 and 3, so 3 round and green. Now you will be finding the wrinkled and yellow. Wrinkled and yellow. 1, 2, 3 again. So 3 wrinkled and yellow. Last we are having wrinkled and green. So wrinkled and green we are having just 1. Okay, so we have covered all. You can just check it from here. 9 plus 3, how much? 12 plus 4, 16. So here we are having 12 and here 4. Both will give you 16. So we have covered all things. Okay, now the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means the outer look. So from the outer look only you have written this all. From the outer look only you have written this all. No, that round and yellow 9, round and green 3, wrinkled and yellow 3, wrinkled and green 1. So the phenotypic ratio would be 9 is to 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 will be the phenotypic ratio. And the genotypic ratio is complex, because it is very complex, very complexity you can find it. So genotypic ratio is complex. Okay, so what have we learned till now? We'll just have a recap in this. The first and foremost we have seen what monohybrid cross is, what dihybrid cross is. In monohybrid cross, one pair of characters is considered, and in dihybrid cross, 2 pair of characters are considered. Okay, the phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 3 is to 1, and that of dihybrid cross is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. The genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 1 is to 2 is to 1, and that of dihybrid cross is complex. So we have learned all this till now. Okay, this was a bit small recap about what we have seen in all the previous slides. Now I would like to bid you goodbye. Thank you and bye. Have a nice day.